What is going on? Del Denny here. Hey, New Year's, new goals, new a lot of things, new decade. So anyways, everybody's setting New Year's resolutions, and I've talked about that before. How do we set goals, right? And goals are a great thing. They say that a goal that's not written down is merely a wish. We understand that, we get that. But I also want to add to it, why do most people's goals fail? We know that when February comes, most of those New Year's resolutions are out the window, right? So how do we prevent that from happening? Hey, we set goals, well, let's make something of it, right? So there's a great quote. I've quoted this before, I'll quote it again. Fantastic quote. This is by James Clear in the book Atomic Habits. And James Clear has this quote. It goes like this: you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. So think about that. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. And so, how does that apply with, we're setting goals, we're setting intentions for the year, for the quarter, for the month, whatever it may be. Well, yeah, we can set goals, we can create our vision board, we can put these goals on paper, and that's great, and that's a big start of it, but what's the follow through? Well, it's the system that you put in place for that. For example, let's talk about health. Most people, as they start the new year, they start with health goals, and that's great. Getting healthy, that should be a top priority. However, people don't create a system around that goal. So how do you create a system around a health goal? Well, if it's to lose 20 pounds, 10 pounds, whatever it might be, okay, well, what does that mean? How do you break that down? Well, hey, I've got to go to the gym 4 days a week, 5 days a week, whatever it is, right? That will help me get to my goal. Perfect. Well, what system are we putting into that then? Well, here's what I would do to make that system work. So my nightly routine, what I might do is set out all my gym clothes for the next day. Put my shorts, my shoes, my socks, my gym bag, all that stuff ready to go. So when I wake up, boom, it's right there ready to go. In the morning, I'm not having to think about, okay, what am I going to wear? What am I going to do? Where's my gym bag at? Where's all this? No, all that's out because I systemized the process the night before. That way it makes my goal so much more easy to obtain when I have everything lined up. All I have to do is get up, put my stuff on, jump into the gym, and that's it. And so that applies a lot with the other goals that we set. So we might set some financial goals, we might set some social goals, some travel goals, but okay, what system are we going to put into that? Let's talk about travel. I have travel goals this year. There's places I want to see in the world. So how do I systemize that? Well, once a quarter, I set a goal to travel somewhere. It could be a place I've never been before. It could be a place that I really enjoy going to. And so every quarter I try to set a goal of where I actually want to go. And so not just having a goal at the beginning there, hey, I want to travel to these few places, and that might be good, but I'm wishing it, aren't I? So the question should be, okay, how do I measure these goals? And that's really what it boils down to, systemizing and measuring these goals. So for me, again, travel once a quarter. Next quarter, I'm headed to Japan. Excited to go to Japan. Never been to Japan. The quarter after that, I'm going to South Carolina. We're renting a beach house. We did it last year. Very excited for that. Following quarter, I believe we're going to Fiji. And then the fourth quarter, we're still trying to figure that out. But hey, it's all planned out. We're very intentional about what we're doing. So what's the message of this video? It's this. It's what James Clear said in the book Atomic Habits. You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. And so my challenge for you is to take a look at your goals and figure out how to systemize them. How can you systemize this to make it easy? That way it's just you're ready to go. There's not a lot of thinking, not a lot of effort. You just get in there, get it done. I'll add one more. Let's talk about mornings. Mornings is a great place to really start your day, to be proactive, to be intentional. Frankly, a lot of people are very reactive, and think about your life when you're in a reactive state. You go to work and you're just constantly responding to emails, and you're responding to your employer, and you're responding to this. How do you feel at the end of the day? You don't feel like much was accomplished, right? we want to have more intention. And so one thing that I would say is also systemize your mornings. So for me, what I do, I've talked about this on other videos, is that, you know, whenever my start date is, like whenever there's a time that I need to be somewhere, I'm gonna set 3 hours before that to wake up. That way I can prime my morning, because there's an hour block that I'm gonna spend on me and being intentional about me with my mind and with my body. And so for me, it's 15 minutes of yoga. That way I can open up the body. I can be a little more flexible. You know, if I don't do that, I feel tight and I might be a little timid in the day. So I want to open up my body and feel ready to go. The second thing that I do is read for 30 minutes. I want to stimulate my mind before I get started in the day. And then on top of that, I also want to meditate. And so I protect what goes on in here and the energy that goes here. And so I have a system for that. And so if I want to be less stressed and more open, yeah, it's systemized. So again, that is the message of the day. We do not rise to the level of our goals. We fall to the level of our systems. So that's the challenge, is for you, my friend, is to systemize your goals this year. If you want to make these goals obtainable and actually happen and not just wish them away, systemize your goals.
Learn, lead, live to your full potential.